one crashed again. So there's that. The noise you hear is my fridge. PlayStation is very quiet. Still working though. It's just that game does not like to play. So we'll see what we got. Yeah. I eventually plan on, once I get my pickup fixed, to buy a computer or build a computer and use that for editing, so that I can make videos, remove all my sound, remake videos and time lapse them, make them faster, get rid of unnecessary stuff, failed launch attempts, so that you guys can see it just go correctly. Probably get Kerbal Space Program on the computer as well and install the realism overhaul. Who knows? If I do that, it's going to be strictly for the computer, nothing else. That fridge is loud. Here we go. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really played on the sandbox mode at all to try to expand stuff, because I'm using the sandbox mode just to test the actual size of my humongous craft I plan on building. The humongous mothership. But hey, look at this. E-fuel. Recover. Because I want to be able to quick save, quick load. Could have just went straight to that and quick loaded there, but yeah. Something else I can do is change my these things down here to be the larger ones, but that would give me probably way too much delta V for what I want to do. Launch. And with all this stuff, hopefully these videos get uploaded in time. I can add them to my playlist in a proper order, get all the tags added to them where they need to go. I will see, but yeah. A little bit tired. That and do that and do that, and let's go to 3/4 throttle, thrust up, slightly, but not much. Slightly, but not much. Slightly, not much. Just tapping my left stick to the right. Very slowly. Very slowly to the right. Very slowly to the right. I'm already much slowly to the right. Launching my fuel. Hopefully it will stay where I need it to. Slowly to the right. It's a very hard to control craft. So it's not going to be the most efficient of launches. Now that I have that, I'll go to prograde and just follow prograde along. And I should slowly tilt over now with the craft. Let's go ahead and speed up now, following the prograde marker, getting our apparatus up pretty decently high. Up to 120 kilometers on this one. Kilometers. We're just going to follow our prograde marker down. So get up to our apparatus. We want to light off again, burn off this entire stage, start up the next stage, and run with it. Yeah. So now we're up here at 60 kilometers. You can see the mun right there. Just nice and shiny and bright. But we're up high enough where we can go ahead and 7, delete our fairing. Goodbye fairing. Deployed. 1, extend our solar panels. And 3, extend our antenna so that we will have to just follow down. And this is super dark right now with all the stars there. It's the only way I'll be able to see it. Let's rotate our ship. I hate you, autosave. Let's rotate our ship this way. And once we hit 120 kilometers, time warp up to 100 kilometers, or 110 kilometers. 110 kilometers. Following it down. Following our prograde marker down. Still have 1,300 meters per second, which is not enough. 120 120 kilometers. 121 kilometers. 10 seconds before, we'll fire it up. And 10 seconds before. Increasing our horizontal speed now as well. Should be able to get to an orbit. We'll see. We should be able to. So the suck is no, not using docking mode, not doing that. So I'm going to do eventually is expand on my bases, get landers on said bases. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to make it to orbital heights. I may need to do this. Go up higher like that. And what? That's a little bit too far. It's a little bit too far. A little bit too far, but basically I'm lowering my apparatus while raising my periapsis, trying to get closer to a circular orbit. I've definitely got this orbital height. Do I have any lights on this craft? I do! Yes! And 70 kilometers. Alright. So now, let's go ahead and point prograde. And we'll save the game. I will be right back. I really gotta go to the bathroom. I've been holding it in for a while. And I'm back. Okay, so what I want to do now is warp to prograde, or Apoapsis. Warp there. Swap to a retrograde. The reason for this is I plan on dropping my Apoapsis down again, or periapsis down. And we'll quick save there. Once we're pointing retrograde, we'll swap to a prograde after if this is extremely stable, which is I'm hoping, because it's going to have the it's going to have the thinking. Alright. It's going to have the I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, the RCS. There we go. It's going to have the RCS for re-entry with all the weight and the RCS tank on the retrograde side. So hopefully this will make it extremely stable when in flight. Okay, I'm going to go for a rather steep descent. But yeah, if this works, save game as quick save, yes. Rather steep decline. Turn my lights off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and point radial out. So radial out, we'll deploy our shields. The reason I'm doing this is that way that thing is going to be below me regardless. Alright. And deploy. And retrograde again. And deploy heat shields is going to be 9. To inflate them. We'll turn our RCS on. Turn our RCS back off for now. Rotate. Whoop. Man, this thing turns on a dime. Alright. Turn our RCS back on. And we will time warp down to a 80, 70, right there. Quit auto saving. The autosave feature is kind of screwing me over. And we are heading in. And let's go ahead and drop down until we have a decent retrograde or decent thrust or decent stuff. Alright, now hopefully this will hold it in retrograde. As it's trying to get out of retrograde, it's burning. It's trying to, and it's keeping it nice and stable. I like it. It's not even using a whole lot of amount of propellant yet to keep it stable. Let's see how this goes. Switch that to surface speeds and surface retrograde. It's having some issues, but it is still staying along. What does the contract say? 4,000 units? Yes. And 4,040 on this thing, so it should be fine. I may need to add more RCS thrusters to it, but it should be fine. Let's see. If I was playing on hardcore mode, it would not be enough. We're still well within retrograde, so stuff shouldn't overheat as bad. And then the last thing we're going to need to do is, after we extend our gears, swap control over to the probe, and then, yeah. see now. Above surfaces, 8,000 meters. Once our drogue chutes deploy, we'll release our heat shields one at a time. Of course I'm landing in the ocean. It's not ideal for me to test them. I mean, honestly, yeah, this is perfectly fine. Because now, if I do this, I should be able to jettison this heat shield. Have it fall down. Jettison that heat shield. I gotta be careful on jettisoning heat shields. But at 6 or whatever, yeah, that'll be fine. Load save as quick save. Put this ship on a prograde, send it up, get ready to put a rover up. And there's gonna be a lot of ships heading out to Eve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five ships gonna send to Eve. Alright, let's point you prograde. But luckily, once we get our other ships to Eve, these 5, the only thing we'll have to do for extensions is an extension, unless we set up another base. And do that. Get our periapsis up to 120 kilometers. Alright. Look at all this stuff. Let's... Come on, where's my thing? There you are. No, I want you. Don't want to see rovers, don't want to see ships, don't see those, don't want to see bases, don't want to see aircraft, which I don't actually have any. Relays, Kerbals, flags, or landers. Okay, let's zoom in. Alright, whatever this is, it'll be fine. And let's go and lock staging so I don't accidentally stage. Alright. Go back to Space Center. Oh yeah, that's the other craft, so six craft. advanced mode, subassemblies, rover center. Alright, get rid of advanced mode, grab the rover center, place it down. Something I can do is, well, give it all the liquid fuel. And the reason I'm going to do this is it will allow me to have the 200 units of liquid well, more liquid fuel up here in order to ensure I can have my actual craft up as much fuel as I can, because I'm going to build the this crafts nuclear engines on its own on these stages. That gives me a decent amount of liquid fuel. I'll be able to start retracted these gears instead of extended. Can't believe I did that entire one launch with these things extended. I already have enough freaking drag from the Alright. So now what I'm going to do is add, let's see now, structural. This thing right here, because it can be added anywhere. Snap on, so hopefully it snaps right in the middle. It does not. Alright. That's pretty close though. Okay. And what we're gonna do is put a decoupler, little decoupler, right there. Add an engine, the nuclear engine. And how much does that give us in delta V when we do fuel tanks? From here to there. 556 meters per second, or 2,000. That's it. Look at that. 2,000 meters per second delta V with a thrust to weight ratio of 0.65. Oh my. Look at that. 2,000 and a vacuum. Which is more than enough for me to get to Eve and circularize and land on Eve. Because this thing's gonna have parachutes everywhere. Which 90, 1300, 1960, and then another 90 and 80. 1960. $2130 plus another 900 is 3,000. Which means I only need a 400 meter per second stage below this, or I could just do take these things off, add fuel tanks of the Mark 1s down here. And now we have 1400 meters per second. That's not right. $2,400. Thinking. I mean, I guess that means that I need to have coupling. Have these little ones, we're already at little ones on the sides of these engines. Nope, no, I can't do it on the side. I can't do it on an engine. So that means using one of these on each of these engines with fuel tanks of these C7 brands. And this my little Poodle engine. Poodle. It's a Wolfhound. Skipper. Skiff. Skiff is not one of the ones. Bobcat I can't use. Cheetah I don't think I can use. Just my Poodle engine. It's a Terrier. I need a Poodle. Poodle. Where are you, Poodle? Okay, mainsail. Mainsail's a large engine. Which might actually be one I can't use. I'll have to look that up. Skiff. Wolfhound. Skipper. I want the little Poodle. I know I've got it unlocked. So that's the Terrier. I don't want nuclear. That's the Reliant. Bobcat. Cheetah. Swivel. Thud. Puff. Skiff. Poodle. There you are. Poodle. Poodle liquid fuel is one of the ones we have. Let's see what's the variants or that's the the Poodle. I like the double bell versus the single bell, which is another 1,000 meters per second right there, which is more than enough to get to Eve now with just this, which these just have this right here. Alright, so we do this structural. Alright, so from LKO to Eve orbit, we have this. And then we have coupling. We're going to have our bigger ones right here, like that. Fuel tanks. You know, I'm just going to go for it, putting one of these fuel tanks on there. And one of those engines that I like so much. Let's see what it goes at. See if I have in a vacuum more than 3,500. 3,300. Look at that. In a vacuum. Almost have enough with just this. I mean, I have to add heat shields and everything still too, but yeah. But still, 3,300. To get this into orbit. Then I can use this to get where I need to go. Oh my. What's the thrust to weight ratio with this? 2, 1, and 0.65. I mean, this thing has ridiculously good thrust to weight. I will just use this consistently now as my rover launcher. That's it. I know I'm getting ahead of myself right now. But I honestly don't think I am. Let's see now. Get rid of these. Don't want those antennas. I want the big communications antennas. And just the relays too. Just look at that. Those relays. Now the relay's too big. But I will want this commutatron. Right there, like that. And then that way I can just put a probe on this and send it as a probe to wherever. Not have to worry about much of anything. Still look at that. Alright, so now what I need is a singular. I need is parachutes. Where's my parachutes at? Parachutes, utility. Parachutes. Let's get some drogue chutes on here. On the top. Because that's where I need you guys. No. Let's get some regular parachutes on here in a singular mode. Okay, let's try with a decoupler. coupler, just go right on there, right in the singular. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Now, thermal. Expandable heat shield. Alright, let's get rid of this right quick. Get rid of that. And inflate shroud, which covers everything. I need to move it down a little bit more. Or do I even need to? I don't even need to move it down a little bit more. It covers everything. Oh man. I do need to move it down just a hair. Deflate heat shield. What we're going to do is we're going to use the offset tool to move it down a little bit more, like that. Add our structural points, set from here to there, and then from here to there. And so now when this is inflated, look at all these parachutes up here, all these drogue chutes. The only thing I need to do is move you there, figure out where all the drogue chutes are and parachutes, but man, 2200 from, yeah, that's gonna be enough. It should be enough. If not, oh man. And then what we're gonna do now is mimic this entire thing and put it right there, with structural points being from right here to there. And I'm going to need to add a little more fuel. Fuel tanks. But not much more to this lower stage. Honestly. Coupling. Fuel tanks of that guy right there. And add engines of that guy right there. Put that stuff there. It's gonna be 3,300 meters per second. Reroute everything right there. Lift you up some. Fuel tanks. Give me one of these large boys. And another one of these large boys. structural. This thing right here, set in groups of 3. Now let's grab this entire thing and set it up here, connect it singularly to the back of here. The reason for that is so that I can just do this. So now I got that, and I can set you in a set of 3 like that, and move you guys out like that, and then add engines to you, and then we will, that's fuel tanks, that's not engines, add my weaker ones, but have 3 of those there. Now grab the entire thing. It's a nice booster, by the way. Those 3 set there with fuel lines heading from here to there. Where are my 3? You guys need to go all the way down here to the 774 meters per second and 4,000 meters per second right here. Got it. More than enough. And then structural. Have these things right there. Up here, we're gonna add a bunch of command and control stuff. Stuff. And then this, for a simple reason of I need command and control stuff. And up here, like I said before, we're gonna just copy this decoupler right here. With all this command and control stuff, I should be able to control this craft pretty well. Okay. That is my Eve rover launcher with 6,000 meters per second delta V in vacuum. Yeah, should be enough to do everything I need. All right, now let's go ahead and first off, let's save this just in case the game crashes. It's saved. Start writing our rover launcher mechanics. Once I find my pen. Okay. So with heat shields. Alright, so custom 1 is solar panels, of course, always. Custom 2 is nothing, because custom 2 is the landing gear for what it connects up to. mounted landing struts. 3 is going to be our wheels. Extension and retraction. Look at that. 4 is going to be the nodes. 5 is going to be these solar panels. No, the antennas. 6 will be to inflate the heat shields. Seven will be to jettison upper heat shield. 8 will be to jettison the lower heat shield. 9 do the decouplers, these upper decouplers. Nine will be to decouple everything. And I'm going to have a probe on here so I can actually, you know, control this thing. Pods. And I think it's this one right here. Yep. They're facing the correct direction, so that's good. So now that one are these singulars. So let's go ahead and move these singulars there and there and put you all the way at the top. I don't want you to accidentally decouple. Okay. Then we'll add right here, we got our regulars. Put our regulars down here. Regulars, regular, regular, and regular. These are all just drogue, and drogues. So let's go ahead and move 1 down to 2 now. For our drogue shoots, our regular shoots. Coupler. So let's make sure our staging is correct before we save this craft. We have our 6 of these engines. Alright, so we got these guys right here, that 2, that one, those 6 engines right there. Those 2 engines right there. Okay, then we have these side decouplers, which will get rid of these, leaving us with these. Then we have these decouplers, which will give us just these engines. Then we have these decouplers and these engines. And then these decouplers. And then parachutes, and then these decouplers right here. Alright, that is a properly set up craft for a rover. So now what I'm going to do is, I have all of our actions, crew, we'll get rid of all our crew. I don't want any crew on here right now. Go to build, and we will launch this craft. Launch. Now we can't put a fairing over this because the fairing's too big. Oh man. But this rover launcher will be nice. And I don't think I need anyone on my base on Gilly. Which will be fine. Yeah. Alright, we're facing up, which is a good sign. 90s to our right, which is a good sign. And what's our thrust to weight ratio, by the way, on the lower stage? 1.74, so about 2/3 should be good enough for me. SAS is good. Let's go ahead and launch. 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 So many parts on here that took forever to register that it needed to launch. This is an oddly shaped rocket, by the way. But it's got enough thrust-weight ratio and traction control wheels to be able to basically keep it on whatever trajectory I need to for this light of a payload. Goodbye, that stage. got this. You got this. No, doesn't have enough. Alright, so we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to use our least efficient way of launching to get this thing up into an orbit. Yeah. Oh man. And I almost forgot. Almost forgot. Set you slightly above 3/4 this time. Slightly to the right, just touch it to the right. Touch it to the right. Don't go north. Just touch it to the right. Slightly increase. Touch it to the right. Touch it to the right. Touch it to the right without going north. And touch it to the right. Touch it to the right. Touch it to the right. Touch it up. Touch it to the right. Put you into a prograde mode, which will keep you roughly prograde. Speed up a little bit more. And a little bit more. And all the way. Get rid of my side boosters. Follow that prograde marker down. And revert flight, we lost control. Alright. Much less revert flight, come on, to launch. We're gonna have to go in even more messed up and inefficient burn. Basically gonna go straight up. Revert to launch, come on. If this thing crashes, I'll be so pissed off. Revert to launch. There we go. PlayStation does not have the processing power for Kerbal Space Program. However, a lot of computers don't have the processing power for a Kerbal Space Program. Just checking the heat on my PlayStation, make sure it's not overheating, and it's not. Slightly warm, but it's not overheating. Oh man. Hopefully this launches, get this up. Then I will quit, open up a new stream because it's going to crash if I try to send up multiple more ships up. Alright, SAS on. Fuel readings open. Maneuver mode on. Set it 3/4 and launch. Give it a little more thrust. Try to get some speed, but not too much speed. With this, it might be best to keep throttling down as we're going up, so we're gaining some height, but we're not gaining too much speed as we're still gaining height. So as our thrust to weight ratio goes up, we drop our throttle, try to keep a steady increase in speed with the height. Moving up slightly faster now. To the right now, slowly. Trust me, I don't like how slow this launch is going, but I'm trying to get this to orbit without doing any major design changes. Once I get above that line, let's go ahead and rotate this over, and we'll hold about right there until our prograde catches up with us. The reason why is I need to keep it very slow while I've got the amount of atmospheric pressure on us, so that I don't end up pushing too much drag and making this thing go out of control, because it is not a completely even load. The center of mass of the payload is not directly in the center of where, you know, the actual craft is, where the actual payload is. So I need to go nice and slow. That's our stuff hitting the ground, hopefully nowhere near the Kerbal Space Center. So holding at about 45-degree angle, so we gain some horizontal speed with vertical speed. Alright, now that we have our atmosphere above 20 kilometers, I'm going to give it a little more juice. And a little more juice. Try to speed up faster. Alright, let's go ahead and now that we're there, get myself, come on, move mouse up to a prograde marker, follow prograde, and now that we've got 60 kilometers, let's open it up all the way at prograde. 150 kilometers apparatus. That's what I'm going to aim for now. There's that, 150 kilometers. Shouldn't need a whole lot more to circularize, but a little more than what this lower stage has in it. It should be fine. Alright, once it reaches the requisite height of 70 kilometers, we will extend our heat shield and antenna, which is going to be heat shields, our solar panels and antenna, which is going to be 1, and it is going to be 5. Okay. Is it 87 kilometers? 86 kilometers? What's that coming into range? I do not know. What is right next to me? Since I have everything shown right now. One of my... behind me, it would be my... oh right, my Eve fuel probe. Okay. See, there should be some things in front of me too, so let's check. Let's check in front of. And look at that, more stuff in front of me. I like that. Alright, so we're gonna, now we've got things set up, we're gonna time warp up to our apparatus height. Right. Yeah. It's craft whenever it makes it too. Man, I would love to be able to fly to all those stars that are out there and swap galaxies and yeah. 10 seconds before, we're going to throttle all the way up. We're going to go nice and slow so we don't lose control of the craft, though. And up. Kilometers right there. Alright, so now again I'm gonna quick save. Save game as quick save. Yes. The reason why is we are going to test this again. Make sure that the heat shields can actually, well, be good heat shields. So I'll point you retrograde now. Do this. Okay. Let's go ahead and time warp up. Let's get rid of all these things. I don't want to see all these things. That's good enough. Time warp up and let's test this. Oh, we're already at our apoapsis. Nice. So let's go ahead and burn retrograde. 50, 40, 30, 20. Alright, very sharp. Go to radial out, or radial in, and I'm going to get rid of these, and then those, and then inflate the heat shield at retrograde. The reason why is so that I can test this craft's capabilities. So, launch out, goodbye those, goodbye those. Point retrograde, retract those. What was the 5? Retract those, and inflate is 7 to inflate these heat shields. Hold on, 7 was no, 6 was inflate heat shields. So let's go ahead and load save, quick save. Let's really hope this works. We'll see. Oh,